Okay, that sound is the sound of me charging on the first IONITY charger in England, which I guess is quite an exciting moment for a geek. So on this very grey, miserable day, I found out that there is a new charger, a new high-speed charger in Maidstone, which is pretty close to me. And it's the first IONITY charger in England. There's already one in Ireland, but yeah, this is the first one in England. So it's quite, I don't want to say exciting, because that would just make me sound like a complete geek. But it is quite exciting because IONITY is it's a big deal. There are IONITY chargers all throughout Europe, and this is the start of their expansion into England. And it goes up to 350 kilowatts, which is extremely fast, but no car at the moment can take advantage of that. And certainly not the e-Niro, but I'm going to see what the e-Niro can do. So first things first, I've got 87 miles and really I want to get that as low as I possibly can, so I'm going to be going into sport mode. There it is, it goes red, ready for action. Okay, so let's go. EV, is that what we want? Okay, right. How do we do anything? No, I don't want that. Go away. List. Charging stations. Ooh. No, well, it's none of them. No, none of those, mate. None of those. Live search. Start the connection process. Ah, really? Wi-Fi? I need Wi-Fi? Of course you do. Of course you do. Well, I don't know why it's not appearing on here, because I mean even Ecotricity is not appearing, and that's in the same place. But I'm not. Hastings, Grays, Dartford, no, that's too far away. Colchester, no. Well, okay. Well, that's not showing. Okay, so. To be fair, if I'd connected it to Wi-Fi, then maybe it would have updated. But for now, let's go to Apple. Since it's such a pain doing it with Siri and everything, I've just done it on the phone. 19 miles, it says. Actually, 19 miles. Well, in sport mode, and with me hammering it, let's see what we manage. Services was that way, was it? Biggest roundabout in the history of roundabouts, right? Services, it says, was that way then. Well done, Apple Maps. You tried sending me somewhere else completely. Fuel, cars and hotel. Right, okay, so I'm not sure. Well, there's the sign for Ecotricity. Let's go this way then. So where is IONITY then? Okay, well, IONITY is not where Ecotricity is. Electric highway, I should say. Fuel. Okay. So, I've got a good feeling it might be in the petrol station. Which is a shame, because electric highway is so convenient for all the shops. Okay, so let's see, let's go this way then. And Esso, yeso. Is it here? IONITY, there it is. Hey, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's play. So, I've never used an IONITY charger before. I'll be using a lot of them when I go to Italy in the summer. So, what do we do? So pricing information, £8 per charging session, and that's, if you go to Europe, it's €8, I believe. So it's pretty consistent. Pay direct, customers and mobility service providers pay according to their individual contract. Okay, let's start then. Insert plug into vehicle. Okay. CCS, so we need both of those. And this is just CCS only. If you've got a Nissan Leaf, then bad luck. And let's, God, there's a chunky cable. Get in there, get in there. Since I'm probably the first person to use this, so that's pretty stiff. Connect, okay, good. Start. Scan the RFID card or tag in front of the reader. Okay. So all we have to do is get out our phone, go to the camera app, and then it'll automatically say about the QR code, and opening that in Safari. This is how long it takes with 4G, so a little bit slow, I suppose. But anyway, then you can either log in if you've already registered or proceed as a guest. I'm proceeding as a guest here, and then buy now. And then you just enter your card details. Obviously, if you're doing this as a guest, it's not going to store it. Okay, so charging is delayed until power is available. Preparing to charge. I can hear noises. Charging. Now show me some info, mate. 38 kilowatts. Well, really this should get, that should ramp up to, I think about 84, I think is what the maximum charge rate is on the Niro. 52, okay, good, good. So 46 minutes to 80%. Now the cables seem pretty thick on this thing, so I don't know whether they're water cooled or not. If these units do support 350 kilowatts, then they would have to be cooled in some way. My point is, I'm not sure whether these are the units that do actually go up to 350, or whether they'll have to upgrade them at a later time. There's only one car that will support 350 kilowatts, as far as I know, and that's the Porsche Taycan. But it's great if these do support 350. Then that's great, because obviously the more infrastructure we have, the better it is for consumers to feel comfortable, and for car manufacturers to actually get a move on and create cars that we all want to buy. Yeah, we're only getting 55 kilowatts, so that's barely faster than any other CCS charger. In fact, it probably is only as fast as any other CCS charger. And at this point, I would have expected it to have gone much higher, much faster, sooner, and then started to taper off. About 75% or something like that. So yeah, that's not quite as spectacular as I was expecting. In terms of position, then this SO forecourt at the services in Maidstone, they have a little shop there, but it's not quite as good as the electric highway ones over there. But the electric highway might get this wrong. I don't think there's a CCS. If there is a CCS, it probably doesn't work, because the CCS chargers with Ecotricity Electric Highway, they don't generally work. But anyway, so they've got facilities at this little place here. So I got a flapjack, and something I'm not excited about is just Americano. They couldn't do an espresso. They've got these machines, these Costa Express machines, and I couldn't just have an espresso. So I mean, that'll put me in a bad mood. Having said that, there's a drive-through over there, but I'm not gonna walk over there. So in terms of positioning, these aren't brilliant, but they're probably what you would expect most of the time. I mean, it's unusual. The reason the electric highway are so good is that they are positioned right next to the entrance of the services. So you've got all the facilities there, and you don't have it on these. I'm not sure whether that's unique to this IONITY charger or all of them. Anyway, let me enjoy this watery, disgusting Americano, black with no sugar. Oh. I could have put sugar. I don't have sugar, but I wanted my espresso. Anyway, so that's too hot. I'm not going to risk that. We're on 57 kilowatts now, so it's gone up a bit. And we're at 65%. Weird the way I just can't work out at what point would you possibly get the theoretical maximum. 57, and it's flirting with 58. It keeps kind of going up and then going down. So now I shall have my giant blueberry oat bar. Oh shit. Oh god. No. No, don't have oat bars in your car. Oh. Not there, not between the seat. Oh shit. No. Right, so now it's just dropped down to 36 kilowatts. So 74% is the first point where it tapers off. What I'm wondering is whether it just stops when it gets to 80% or whether it will carry on to 100. Okay, so that's the answer. So it will carry on going then. If you really wanted to wait another 50 minutes, you could. So what do I think of the IONITY charger? Well, the charger itself worked fine, so that's good. I mean, it's brand new. I might be the first person to use it, I'm not sure. So obviously it should work fine. The payment, it's not contactless, so it's not as good as Instavolt in that regard, but it didn't take me too long to set the account up, and I could have done it as a guest. So that wouldn't have been too bad, I suppose. The other bonus is, at least IONITY, they have a lot of charging stations all across Europe, and they will have loads in England as well over the next couple of years. So setting up an account isn't too big a deal, really. The charger itself worked fine. The app doesn't give you any detail, though, about your charging session. So that's not as good as Electric Highway, for instance, which does, because especially in this model of the e-Niro, I don't have an app for it. So you really have to sit in the car, or if you do go somewhere else, you've just got to hope that the charger has worked okay, because not all the chargers work 100% of the time. You've only got to look at videos from Bjorn to see just how unreliable they can be. And if you are doing a big road trip, you don't want them to be unreliable. You want them to be very reliable, and you want to know your state of charge. But that's really more of an issue with the Niro, because a modern car should have an app. There's no excuse for it. Anyway, this first one doesn't, subsequent ones will. So if you were to order an e-Niro, and I would recommend you did, if you didn't want a Tesla, that is, if you ordered an e-Niro, then you would have an app probably by the time you get one. So yeah, the charging rate in the Niro is not as fast as I would have expected. I think it is the Niro and not the IONITY charger. I'm sure the IONITY charger would have gone up to 350 or at least 150 if I had a car that supported it. I'm not going to say it's like a game changer or anything, but to be able to get an app and register with it and then use that same app and the same chargers all the way throughout Europe is a wonderful thing. So that is much closer to Tesla's supercharger than we've had before. And you know, based on my one session here, it seems reliable and it hasn't exploded. So it's done the job. And it's just a shame the Niro isn't a bit faster with charging. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and click the little bell, because I will be doing quite a few more videos pretty soon, hopefully, if my workload decreases. All right, see you soon. Bye.